Sanbonani Katlego Monametsi, also known as Purposefully Cat, and welcome to my channel. Before we continue with the video, please click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, like and share the video. Yes, so let's get into it. So today I'll be answering this question: is sex before marriage a sin? Is it? Well, we'll find out. I'll refer to the Bible mostly and also speak about what I experienced. I guess it's probably gonna become my thing where probably if I relate to a topic, I'll probably get into the topic and speak about it, and then at the end, I'll speak about my experience. Yeah. Um, is sex before marriage a sin? Well, to answer that question, we need to go back to where sex was introduced. And it was first introduced in the beginning, basically, when God brought Adam and Eve together as husband and wife. That's when he blessed them first, right? And then he told them, he said, be fruitful and multiply, right? So basically, the only way to repopulate the earth from humans is through sex. You hear me? So that's when sex was introduced, meaning sex was introduced after marriage. You get me? Any sexual activity outside of marriage, that's sexual immorality slash adultery. Sex was God's idea because if you look at the Bible, it clearly says basically that God created sex. You get me? And God knows how powerful and how strong sex is and how dangerous it can be also. So he basically gave instructions that it must be had, that makes sense, within marriage. Nowhere else but marriage. The Bible says that when we commit adultery or when we engage in sexual sin, we're sinning against our own body. The Bible also speaks about an immoral woman in the book of Proverbs who's seduced many men, and after they gave in to her seduction, they died. So, aside all these viruses, infections, and diseases you get from sex, most probably sex before marriage, right? There's also another way you can die without having those infections or those viruses. You can die by just sleeping with the person. You can sleep with a person now and then die tomorrow. Or even at that moment, I've heard of people who've died immediately after they've had sex, they slept, they never woke up. I've heard of people who died that way. With me, God gave me the sex talk. I think I was in grade 9. Yeah, because I could say, as much as at church they tell us that sex before marriage is a sin, but then I guess I never had anyone who'd really give me the sex talk and just tell me, you know, this what happens. You gave me the disadvantages of having sex before marriage, just going into detail, you know, about sex before marriage or just sex in general, so that I could have a deeper understanding of it. I never had anyone, who had that talk with me. Even with dating, I never had anyone who'd have that talk with me. I had to experience almost everything firsthand, meaning that I always had God's intervention at all times. When I was in grade 9, that's when I had my first encounter with God regarding sex. Um, I was at the kitchen, and he randomly just popped up, um, and then he gave me the sex talk. So God said that, why young people die? He said that they die because they have sex before marriage. He said that the easiest way for the devil to kill you is through sex before marriage. Because when you sleep with a person, you become one, right? You become one, meaning they have your soul, you have their soul. Mm-hmm. Yes. And you went on to say that if the devil wants to kill you, he'll send someone who has his spirit to come sleep with you, right? So he said that the devil can't do anything to you without you having something that belongs to him. He can't do anything to you. So he said that, so now he'll if he wants to kill you, he'll send someone who has his spirit. You'll sleep with that person has your soul, you have their soul. Now the devil has direct access to you from the inside and the outside. He said that he can kill you anyhow. Sometimes you can you find that people, they become sick, right? And when they go to the doctor finds nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. No trace medically of what's wrong with the person, and the person is very sick. When they do their examinations, they find nothing, right? Yes. And you find that those people end up dying slow and painful deaths, not knowing what went wrong. Some people can have car accidents, not wake up after they've slept with the person, just die randomly. Randomly. You get me? It's because of sex before marriage. And I can say for the longest time, I didn't want to have sex before marriage because of what God told me. But as soon as I started befriending friends who were promiscuous, who'd sleep with probably 3 girls a week, 3 different girls a week, and then the following week, other different girls, you know, my heart really got shifted to their lifestyle. You get me? So, not going into much detail, things got things got so bad to a point whereby God had to send angels to stop me. Right? My heart was so corrupted, it was so rooted in adultery that God had to send angels. Mind you, before then, I don't remember having an encounter with an angel. I don't remember seeing angels. I really don't remember that. You get me? The way I saw them, I don't remember that. The one time that I encountered an angel was in a dream. That just one time. This time I was live awake. I saw angels. And they tell me straight up, do not sleep with her or you'll die. And then I'd listen to them, go after the next one. They tell me the same thing, do not sleep with her. I remember at one point, God sent 2 angels, and then it was after I had made arrangements with this other girl that I never knew, to get cake. Yeah, and she agreed. So I went to my bedroom, and then 2 angels. My door was open. 2 angels came into they were there. They came into the room, and then one stood that side, and then the other one came to me, and then the angel sat with me on my bed. The angel was like, Katlego, don't do it. You know you're gonna die. And then because I had seen my friend sleeping with all these different girls, I wanted that too. You get me? So I was like to the angel, I was like, nah, like I just want to be a normal guy, just let me do this, let me do this. And then the angel said, Katlego, Are you willing to risk your life for pussy? The angel's exact words. Are you willing to risk your life for pussy? And I was like, ah, nah, man. I was like, I'd rather die. You get me? So that's how much my heart was rooted in adultery. You get me? And of course, I left that girl, and then I went after other ones. Same things happened. Same things happened. God would send angels, and then up until the last time, the very last time, God appeared to me. Um, there was this other Han, who video called me. Oh, yeah. So, and then because I was manipulative at that time, I managed to convince her to sleep with me. That Han got distracted. It's a video call, remember? And then I don't know how to explain this. I don't know how to explain this. When she got distracted, right? She got distracted, then my eyes, went back to see, what's going on. Heaven was open. Heaven was there. Listen, heaven was there. Heaven was there, right? And God was there. God, listen, I've had encounters with God before, right? I've had encounters with God before. And because of those encounters, I thought I knew God. Shame. I had never seen God like that. I had never seen God. Listen, it was beyond my imagination. So God was there, and then three angels, the ones that God has sent, and prior to him appearing to me to tell me to not sleep with those hands. And I think they were there as witnesses, right? And then God said these words: no sex before marriage. That's what God said. No sex before marriage. And at that moment, because I'd been rebellious, trust me, because when you'd send those angels, right, I'd leave that girl that they told me not to sleep with and go for another girl. Another girl. That's how I rolled, right? That's how rebellious I was. So this time God appeared to me. It was like no sex before marriage. And I guess at that moment, I was like, so what's the whole point of flirting and dating if I'm not gonna get cake? I mean, these things have been happening. I've been explaining these things to my friends, like, listen, my guy, this is what's happening to me, man. And it was a shock to them because they've never come across, such stories. So it was at that moment I was like, so what's the whole point of flirting and dating if I'm not gonna get cake? I was like, it's fine, I won't do it. Meaning now that since I said I won't do it, I was at that moment I was saying I'm done with dating, I'm done with flirting, because I'm forcing things here. And then ever since then, my desire to have sex or to want to have sex was gone. My desire to date was gone. Flirt, I could say it was gone. Like to flirt with a new hand, it was gone. So at that moment, so when God appeared to me, I had two pending appointments. I had two pending appointments. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. I had two pending appointments. So because of what happened, I had to tell those girls individually. I was like, hey, yo, listen, like, I think I want to be celibate. Yeah. And thankfully, they both understood. And, they basically said the same thing. Like, it's cool as long as you're happy. Like, it came from a genuine place. Like, as long as you're happy. You get me? So, with those encounters, God is protecting me from death. Because, yeah, God is protecting me from death. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be speaking right now. So, everything that I just said, about the dangers of having sex before marriage, those things are real, right? The Bible is not just some religious book, it's real. God is real. God is beyond your imagination. Beyond your imagination. But I won't get into that today. Yes. So, yeah, I guess we'll end it here. I really hope you're encouraged, and I hope what I said was constructive and fruitful for you. So, this topic is really dear to my heart because that's where I really experienced God, you know. So, my advice is that as hard as it is to see other people having sex before marriage, you get me? You sometimes feel like you're left out. See, rather be left out, than mess up your life. Because you don't know the people that you're sleeping with. Because some people, they come from families who have ties with the dark world and all those demons, all those evil spirits. You don't know that. You're just seeing a very attractive person, but then in fact that person is carrying death. That person is death. You gave me just one moment of weakness, and entertaining that moment of weakness and sleeping with that person, that could be the end of you. All your dreams, your goals, your future, gone. Gone. Just that one person. Right. So yeah, fam. So thank you for watching this video. Please click the subscribe button and like and share the video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Danko.
Calvin, let's go.